How's it going today? If you're looking at this right now, this is just some basic instructions as to how you're going to fill out this spreadsheet. This is your adherence spreadsheet, which we are going to be using to track your nutritional plan and how well you follow it. All right, so this is just going to be a quick tutorial as to how you're going to manage this so that we can make sure that all the data is accurate and that you are following the plan. All right, so let's just take a look here. In this first tab, as you can see, this is your behavioral adherence chart. If you take a close look, you have 4 weeks worth of chart. So we may not always fill out all 4 weeks. If any adjustments to the diet get made, then we would reset and start off fresh. However, this is just an easy way. If we find the correct calories, then you're consistently losing or gaining or maintaining your weight, whatever your goal is, we would just record it here. So if you see in these columns, you have your meal 1, meal 2, meal 3, meal 4 column. This is a variable depending on how many meals you eat. If you were someone eating 5 meals a day, we would have 5 meals worth. If you were only eating 3 meals a day, we would just delete this and you'd only have 3 meals. But we're just going to go off the 4 meal basics to get things started. Now, if you notice in these other columns, strength, cardio, alcohol, sleep, and then behavior 1, which is listed down here. This might not apply to you, but this is if we have any specific behaviors that we'd focus on getting to be habit to help you to make more progress. This one is eat slowly and stop at 80% full, 15 to 20 minutes per meal, and we'd go over the instruction for that. So to keep it really basic, in each column there's going to be a Monday row, a Tuesday row, a Wednesday row, Thursday, Friday. You get the picture. We have a row for each day, all right, and we're just going to track these things. So now in meal 1, very simply, you could list as yes, no, skipped, over 8, completed, 8 out. And then if you're doing more advanced nutrient timing strategies, we'd have pre-workout meals, post-workout meals, protein carb drinks, anytime meals, and a casein supplement protein, excuse me. So for if you're not doing advanced nutrient timing strategies, then we just put yes or no. And yes would signify that yes, you ate a meal complying with the recommended nutritional balances on this sheet here. No just means that you didn't. So if that was the case, no might not be a better answer. If you skipped your meal, you'd put skipped. If you overate, you put overate. If you ate out, even if your meal complied with the sizing recommendations of what I put down on the diet calculator page, when you're eating out, you don't understand, you don't know how much extra ingredients people are putting in. Fats are easy to sneak into meals, hence cooking with more oils than necessary, or however it would be, it can screw the calories up. So if you ate out and you didn't eat a home cooked meal, you just put ate out. All right, they're real simple. So you record that there. Let's just say you did that. Under strength training, it would just be yes or no. If you yes, no if no. Alcohol. So from here, ideally we don't even want to fill this out, but if you were to drink alcohol, I'd want you to list 1 to 2 drinks, 3 to 4 drinks, 5+ drinks. And that gives us accurate data as to how that would affect your weight loss and your performance in the gym. Sleep, 8+ hours, 7 to 8, 6 to 7, 5 to 6, and under 4 hours of sleep. We want to list these things. These are important variables. And your behavior 1, complied and skipped, would be the things we're focusing on here. So that is how it would go. And you would fill this out for your other charts as well. Now, this is going to be the first tab that you come in and you look at. However, we don't always know, well, if it's what tab we're looking at. So in order to figure that out, we're going to go to your diet calculator page. Now, in this sample diet plan, we have someone's total body strength day, and we're just going to switch this to 4 meals. And basically what you want to look at here are the recommended nutrients per meal. Now, look at these, look at this. So we have 5 columns here, and Honestly, unless you're doing advanced nutrient timing strategies, the first column is the only one that's going to be important to you. As you can see, the pre-workout, workout shake, post-workout, and pre-bed casein supplement are irrelevant if you're not doing advanced nutritional timing strategies. So you're going to, if you're still not doing that, look at the anytime meal, which signifies a meal that's eaten anytime throughout the day, spaced out 3 to 4 hours roughly between these meals, 3 to 5 depending on what your work schedule permits. So in this one, we have the amount of meals, which is 4 meals. Protein is listed in grams as well as in ounces, being that sometimes you might pick up a protein bar or some sort of supplement meal if you're on the go. But if you're measuring out in how much chicken you're having, ounces is a more accurate way to gauge that. Carbs are listed in grams. Underneath that is going to be the percentage of daily carbohydrate in your diet in this one meal, right? Veggies, one small handful. Fats, one serving equals 15 grams. And down here, you're going to have 1.5 servings per meal. And that's the percentage of fats within that meal. This is the calories per meal. This is your total daily protein intake, total daily carb intake, and total daily fat intake. They're listed in grams. These are just going to be some notes that would be helpful for you. These ones are more geared to someone doing an advanced nutritional timing strategy. And here we just have a chart listing your total daily percentage of nutrients, right? Now we have total body strength. On each tab, we have 2 diet calculators. So we have total body strength, and then down here we have a sample off day recommendation. So let's just change this to 4 meals. And again, if you're just doing a very basic program, no advanced nutrient timing strategies, these anytime meals are where you're going to stick, right? And so then you look at this recommendation here, and as you can see, the proteins pretty much stay the same, but the carbs per meal and the fats per meal may differ, but you're going to want to look at both. If you're doing additional, say you were doing upper body workouts, but you're also doing lower body workouts, I may use the additional diet calculator tab to signify that. However, you'll know, I will tell you if that is necessary and you have to use both pages. Otherwise, assume it's everything you have to eat is probably listed on one page. All right, so that's the way those tabs work. Past those tabs, we have serving sizes with suggestions. All right, now that's key, because how do you know what 5 ounces of meat looks like or protein dense foods? Well, here's a way that you can find out. 3-ounce serving of protein is about the size of a deck of cards. A 1 serving of fat is about 2 tablespoons of nut butter. 1 serving of vegetables is about the size of a baseball. Same thing, 30 grams of healthy carbs is roughly the size of a baseball. 1 medium-sized apple is about the size of a tennis ball or a baseball, because they're about the same size. Additional notes right here: 1 cup of cooked pasta equals 40 grams of carbs. Same with the cooked rice, and a medium-sized piece of fruit equals 25 grams of carbs. There's a lot of little notes here because this is going to be helpful for you when you're dealing with servings that aren't listed right here. So for instance, 1 tablespoon of oil equals a serving of fat, but a teaspoon of oil equals a half a serving of fat. A 1/4 cup of mixed nuts equals a serving of fat. These are small things that are going to be helpful for you to look at. Now, if you go down here, if you go down in the spreadsheet, this is a guide as to using your hand to portion out foods. It's going to be less accurate since everyone's hand is shaped a little and sized a little differently. But in general, a thumb is about the size of a tablespoon. A palm is about the size of a 3-ounce piece of protein. A thumb tip is about the size of a teaspoon, and a fist is about the size of a cup. This may be a little hard to read, but you get the general idea. The last tab that really matters for you is the weekly calorie planner tab. Typically, what I'm doing here is I'm listing out your total calories per week, your average calories per day, and taking this average calories per day and dividing it by your body weight, we get this number. And this is useful for tracking trends. We can say that if we look back and we say you were losing a pound a week when your average calories per day were 2,000, around 2,000, and your body weight calorie multiplier was around 11, then we know that that's a proven number that worked for you in the past, right? Your body weight, I would change here, and then basically just have these little pieces here that would be used to say when you're doing your workouts. They're not completely necessary, but they're helpful for getting an idea of what your training week looks like. So if we had a 3-day a week total body workout plan where you're working out Monday, taking Tuesday off, working out Wednesday, taking Thursday off, and working out Friday and taking the weekend off, you just see that right here. This, if you go down from here, also has this nice little chart. And this is a chart of recommended sources of protein, veggies, healthy fats, and healthy carbs that you can pull from to pretty much construct your nutritional plan. So, as you can see, here we have our recommended servings of protein. And down here, there's a useful little piece for meats. 2 ounce equals 12 grams of protein, 3 ounce, 18. It just gives you a little bit of a rough estimate. So if you're dealing with something that's not an exact 3 ounce serving, you understand more or less an ounce of meat equals 6 grams of protein, give or take. And these are all semi-accurate estimates. They're just used to give some structure and consistency. Healthy fats we have down here, and 1 serving of fat equals approximately 15 grams. You get the idea. Basically, all the serving sizes listed here would equal a 15 to 18 gram of fat serving roughly. Healthy carbs we have listed right here for sweet potatoes, quinoa, and fruit, oatmeal, brown rice, whole grain bread, whole wheat pasta. If you're doing a workout shake, which is more of an advanced nutritional timing strategy, you would pull from these sources right here, which are actually just sugary drinks more or less, and then veggies we have listed here. And this is just adding the last piece that's necessary for you for your adherence. All right, so additional things. This is meant to be accessed from your phone. Now, I recommend you either keep this in the shared Dropbox or Google Drive folder, which I have sent you. I also highly recommend using the Microsoft Excel app on your phone. You can download it on the iPhone, the Android, or the Windows phone if you have one of those. But it makes going through this and saving these things a lot easier. You can use the Sheets or the Numbers app. Make sure whatever app you use, I believe in Sheets and Numbers that automatically saves as a general rule. But if you're using the Excel app, you're going to want to put it on the auto save settings so that whenever you change something, it automatically saves it and uploads it to the folder that I have these listed in, right? So those are that in a nutshell is how this works. That's why I'm going to have you using the sheet, and this way we can really start to track more of your nutrition and make sure that you're complying, and making sure that when you're not complying, we see the trend. And that is it. That is it in a nutshell. You fill this out. We look at it at the end of 4 weeks. We say, how have you been doing with adherence? And there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to adhere. Everything is listed here. Ways to measure out are listed on these last 2 tabs here. It's all there for you. If you have any questions, we can speak about it during a session. But for now, this is what we'll be doing. All right? And I'm out.